Welcome back. The next hero we're going to be discussing is Fire Sensei. He's really only got one main use, but he's still good for that specific use. Okay, so let's take a look at his skills and I'll explain. Attack the enemy, 15% chance to make it sleep for 2 rounds. The damage increases according to your max HP. Not amazing, but you give him high HP and high accuracy and he'll deal a little damage and he might make someone sleep. It's not terrible. Second skill, attack enemy 2 times. 75% chance to remove buff and make it unable to be buffed for 2 rounds. Ignore element, always high damage. This skill's damage is based on your attack stat. So after I go through all the skills, I'll explain like builds and stuff like that. This skill is really good because it can remove a buff and make it the hero unable to be buffed. So you can use it on Xmas Dao-chan, and it can remove the buffs she gets and then prevent her from getting more buffs. It's a cheaper alternative to an Oblivion hero in her specific case. Or you can use him, or let's take a look at the next skill first. Attack all enemies, remove the buff on all enemies, recover 5% HP for every enemy buff removed. So he'll remove all buffs. So unlike Holy Aurora, who can only remove 1 each time she hits, he removes all of them and heals himself. So you can use this skill to try and remove purity off of all the enemy heroes. And if it doesn't, then next turn you can use this to remove buffs and prevent them from being buffed. So his entire job is basically to be a buff remover. But he does it well because with high accuracy he's got a good chance of removing all their buffs. If he moves second, he can remove all their buffs and heal himself back up with the 5% HP. It's also good for like Trials or Tower of Babel. In Trials, this skill is really good because it prevents, like in Strength Trial, how the little Huang Yu Ying, whatever the minions, will give him attack and defense buffs. You use this, it removes those and prevents him from being buffed for 2 rounds. This skill also ignores the element, so basically it always has high damage for any element of hero. Like water element, normally he'd have like decreased damage or an increased chance to slant hit because he's at an element disadvantage, but this skill will always hit with high damage and a decreased or like a normal slant hit rate, or maybe it won't slant hit. I'm not 100% sure, but still it's useful when he's at a disadvantage against an opposing element. His leader skill, increase team's attack speed for 24%. This is the highest all-around attack speed increase you can get that's not element specific or like trial or arena specific. When he's awakened, he gets an extra 25% accuracy, so it's easier to increase his accuracy for these 3 skills. For builds, I would make him either Divine, in Arena, Divine Purity, with a speed left shoulder, HP chest, HP right leg. That's to survive and remove all buffs. For like Trials and Tower of Babel, I'd go Divine, probably Divine Phoenix or Divine Eternal, based on if you can get up to 100% accuracy without the Phoenix buff, I'd go Eternal. And you can do speed, HP, HP. So speed left shoulder, HP chest, HP right leg. Or you can try to just get speed subs and go HP shoulder, HP chest, HP right leg, if you solely want him for the buff removal. If you want him like hybrid, you could aim HP, left shoulder, crit damage, attack, and attack right leg with accuracy, crit damage, crit rate. Like, just try to get all kinds of subs that are for the offensive. So HP, crit damage, attack, speed, and accuracy. Try to get subs of those. Get his accuracy as high as you can, his crit rate, crit damage, attack, HP. With the problem is that's a lot to try to get for this hero because he doesn't get access to unique armor, so it's easier to stick with like either a hybrid, well, not a hybrid, either stick with buff removal or offense. Offense, like an offense build would be attack, left shoulder, crit damage, chest, attack, right leg, and then for subs, you would try to get accuracy, crit damage, and attack, and crit rate. But you just try to get those with focusing on crit rate, attack, and crit damage. You still want accuracy, but it wouldn't be as important if you're aiming to use him as a nuke, and whatever buffs you remove are just kind of gravy at that point because you want him as offense instead of like a support crowd control type thing. So he's good at what he does, but his real use is buff removal. So you can build him how you want, but from what I've seen, his best role is as a buff remover. Hope I helped you out a little bit. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.